Hi, on this video we're going to look at how to get your customers actually signed up to your mailing list. We're going to do this by setting up a sign-up form which can be used either from your website or just by a link on your social media or however you want to use it. We'll also cover off looking at how to embed a sign-up form into your website. So to look at the fields that have been set up on your list automatically, if we go to settings, this is all from within audience, settings, and then the third one down is audience fields and merge tags. So if we look on here, this shows us the fields that were on your audience list at the moment. So we have email address. Email is automatically set. You can't change that one because it's a required field, because the whole point of MailChimp is to send out emails. Then it sets up first name, last name. It hasn't set these as required, so I'm going to put these as required in our field because we want to make sure we collect that information. I'm not going to collect address. Now it can just stay there. It's not visible, not required, so it won't have any impact on your customers. Or you can delete that just to keep things nice and tidy. Okay, I am going to collect phone number, but I'm going to make it optional. I'm not going to make it a required field. Okay, and I'm going to save my changes. Okay, I'm also going to add another field, so I just clicked on the add a field, and it gives me a range of options here. So because I want to send my customers something on their birthday, I'm going to click on birthday. Okay, it's added a field in there. I'm just going to give it a more user-friendly title, and I'm going to make it optional. I'm going to change this merge field. We use the merge fields later on when we're using campaigns, so don't worry about that too much, but it is worthwhile having something which is fairly user-friendly that helps you remember. And we've got our format there, so I'm going to change that to date and month, and we're going to save our changes. Okay, so that's the form, that's the setup of the form that we're going to use. Now to create something that's user-friendly for your customers, we go into the sign up forms area here. Okay, so there's 4 options here. Now we're only going to really look at the first 2, form builder and embedded forms. Subscriber pop-up is a pop-up form that can appear on a click. I tend not to use that one because some people have pop-ups blocked. There's also form integrations, which integrates into specific website packages. So again, we're not going to look at that because that could be different for you depending on the type of website you use. But the 2 at the top here, form builder and embedded forms, are generic across the sites. If you want to embed your form into your website, we first need to use the form builder. So that's always the first step that we go to. So we're going to select form builder. Now if we look at that, we can see this is the form that we just created. Okay, so it's got your email address, first name, last name, phone number and birthday, and this is the GDPR information that we selected when we created our audience. Now we can make changes over here, so if I click on email address, you can make changes on the right hand side. You can also add a new field as well. If you want to add a new field, you can do that from here as well. So everything we could do under settings, under audience, we can also do within the sign-up form process. Okay, so if we look back at the top here, so we can see here, this one is the sign-up form. Now, if I click on that list, it shows a long list of different forms and emails that we can format and tailor to our own branding. We're going to focus on sign-up form for now. Just underneath here, it gives you an option to let subscribers pick email format, plain text or HTML. I tend to leave that blank. I tend to send things out in HTML because most people do that these days. Underneath here, we have sign up form URL. Now, if we copy and took that as it was and put that into its own window, so this is a URL that we could send our customers and they would see exactly what we've set up. So if we did nothing at all with any of this, your customers can still sign up to your mailing list by just giving them that email, that link. It's that simple. If you click on the Facebook or the Twitter icons, it will share that link straight to your Facebook or Twitter accounts. Or if you want to get involved with QR codes, you can click that and it will generate a QR code sign up as well. Not something I've played with, but if you want to do that, the functionality is there. Okay, now you see here there's 3 sections on here: build it, design it, translate it. So build it relates to the form itself and the content and what you're trying to ask for. Design it allows you to reformat the form based on your branding colors. Translate it is if you have a multilingual purpose for your MailChimp and you deal with people from overseas. You might want to have different versions of your sign up form in different languages, so you can change things to different languages. Okay, but we're going to focus on build it for now. So the top is defaulted to my audience list, but I'm going to add a logo image in here. I'm just going to click. So I did that a bit fast. Okay, so I'm just going to click beside it, so edit, remove or use image. I'm just going to click on edit, and then it gives you a normal editor window that you're probably familiar with from your websites. Put the cursor where you want the image to appear, put it there, and click on the mountain range picture. And this will allow you to upload an image by clicking on the upload button here. You can take that from your PC. You can see I've uploaded the Savvy logo. I'm going to click on insert, and then it will allow me to change the size of that. So I'm just going to change that to be a lot smaller. If I keep proportions, it'll automatically calculate the height as well. And we can put a link in there to your website. Okay, and then we can save that and it will put it into our format. Now we can save that. If it's not quite right or if it's too big, we can then go back into that, we can edit it and we can change it. I'm not going to worry too much about the format for now, but you get the gist of what we're trying to do. At the top here we can write a little message, so you can say thank you for subscribing to our list. And save that, so we've got a little message at the top of that form. Okay, so it actually saves automatically, so there's nothing else for me to do there. So basically that's my form set up unless I wanted to change anything on there. If I look at the next form down, so if we go to the opt-in, what you'll notice is that the formatting I put in the top section will appear on every form and every email. So you only need to set up that top section once and it will automatically cascade across all of your forms. So we'll just flip back to sign up form. Okay, and this time we'll go to design it. So you can see here we're on the page, it's actual page, and the background is set to grey. So if we just make that a nice blue colour, you will see that it will change the background. Obviously that's not the brightest, nicest colour, but we'll keep it there for the time being. Our header, if we want to change that header information, for example the font size, we'll make that nice and big. It takes a couple of seconds and it changes it, but you can see that it's cascading through, line height, margin and so on. So it's just giving you the options to change everything, the outer wrapper, if you want a background on there or something like that. Body is the actual form itself, so say you wanted to change the colour of that. It's white at the moment, we could change that. You might want to change the font to be consistent with your website, or the size, so we can just make that a bit bigger. It's going to look a bit messy, but the point is just getting across what we can do. We've also got the form, so the body is the actual outside, the form is the content, the information that we're asking for. So again, if we want to change that, you can see that some of the field labels will change now. So there's lots of options on there for you to format things within there. Okay, so that's your form design, that's our form design. Like I said before, it's automatically saved that. And if we want people to see it, we can just pick up that form URL, we can put that into our window, and we'll see our new form. And people again can subscribe to our list from there. Because we've set it up with the GDPR compliant, if they do fill in that information, they will then get the email to confirm that it's a genuine request. Okay, and that's our sign-up form created. So basically, if you just want to give out the URL to this form, then you're ready to go. If you want to embed that into your website, there's another step to go through, which I'll show you now. So if we go back up to the top and click back on sign-up forms, but this time we'll go into embedded forms. Okay, now you can see that you can see the preview of our form. Now it hasn't taken all the formatting from the other form because we can do that within our website. But basically, what it does, it generates a form and it gives it a title at the top there. So we can just change that to "Please join us," and it will change it up there. Okay. I wouldn't worry about these options down here. The form width, if you leave it blank, it makes it more responsive to different device sizes. But the key thing is it's generated the code, which we can then just pick up, copy, and we can place that into our website. Okay, so if we go back into the back end of your website, and what I'm going to do here is create a new page. Okay, give it a title. Okay, now in here, in the MailChimp, we've already copied the code that we want to paste. Go into our website. Now in here, anyone who uses WordPress or any other WordPress site normally has something similar to this. Now you've probably got two tabs, one visual and one text. Now if we paste the code in the visual tab, what will happen is when we look at the page, we will just see the code. Okay, so it's really important that when we paste code or HTML that we actually go to the text tab and paste it in there. Now if we preview that again, you can see the actual form has come through, and it's as easy as that. It's just copying the code into your website, into a page or a post, publishing it. That can then be a link on your menu, or you could put that link for that page onto a button any way you want, and then people will click on that. The main difference is when you just give out the URL, it goes to a MailChimp page, whereas this is actually within your website. So people don't actually leave your website to sign up to your mailing list, and that's your choice. Okay, so that's the end of the sign-up form process. So we've learned how to create a sign-up form that you can use from a link without a website or from within a website. And we've also learned how to embed the code for your sign-up form within your website, and that can be used whether it be Wix or WordPress or OpenCart or any type of or HTML website. The same principle applies. Okay, we're going to cover off some other stuff soon. We're going to look at tags and segments and groupings. So we'll cover that one in the next video.